Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video, doing the 23rd Christmas update. So, we're running down the clock on Christmas updates now. We've only got two more to do once this is out of the way. We'll have the 24th and penultimate Christmas update for you on Wednesday. And then, of course, we'll have the final Christmas update for you on Fridays. That's the 25th. So, it's been an interesting season for updates. We've never really had a very cold update throughout all of the updates, which is quite unusual. Normally, we do have at least one run that has sort of bitter, severe cold weather. We haven't had much of that at all this year, which is quite strange because we have had quite a cold early part to December. But the models have generally, CFSV2, we started with that, of course, long-range model, and it was generally pointing to a stormy and pretty mild Christmas period, actually. And wouldn't you know, it looks like we are going to get some stormy weather around the Christmas period. However, I don't think we can say hats off to the CFS for this, because it has been a much colder December overall so far than the model ever sort of anticipated. And it was also, as well as having stormy weather around Christmas, it's also going for just generally stormy weather throughout most of December. And of course, up to now, it's actually been a very dry, very calm December. And I mean, we've got several days more of generally quite calm weather to go. It's only going to be literally when we get to Christmas that things are going to start ramping up. So we are going to have a little bit of a stormier spell, but I don't think we'll be able to say that the CFS has had the pattern of this December. Right. Of course, then we went on to the GFS, the medium range model, and that's been pretty consistent as well about the pattern. That hasn't thrown us a really cold update either. And now we are beginning to close in on the Christmas period, of course, so we're beginning to firm up now on the pattern. Just going to be a matter of timings, I think. So Christmas Eve, we're watching a band of rain coming south east was at some point around Christmas Eve. Christmas Day still shaping up to be quite a cold, showery day with plenty of sunshine. And then perhaps the most impactful of the 3 days of Christmas, probably Boxing Day, which is looking really quite stormy at the moment. Still looking like we're going to get a bit of a Boxing Day storm. And that's been something that's occurred quite a lot, actually, over recent years. So this will be another sort of Boxing Day storm, perhaps, that we'll be able to add to the list. Beyond that, we are seeing signs that we might shift the jet stream a bit further southwards and turn things a bit colder as we go beyond Christmas up towards New Year. I'll talk you through all of that in a moment. But just to say that Christmas shop is still open. I'm going to keep pulling away at this until Wednesday, and then I think we'll abandon it because we've run out of time pretty much. So you've got any Christmas shopping to do, late Christmas shopping to do at Amazon. Click the green button that says Gaz Christmas Shop. It takes you through to our Christmas Shop page, and from there, the key to it all is to go through the Amazon banners. Chris, you've gone from Gaz Office to Amazon, where you get everything on the things that you are buying. A big thank you to everybody again for doing that this year. It's been a huge success for Gaz Office once again this year. So a big thank you to everybody for getting involved and doing Christmas shopping at Amazon through Gaz Office. You're still just about got time to get the Christmas presents to you for Christmas, but time rapidly now is running out. Not only for Christmas shopping, but also rapidly running out for Christmas updates. So I think we're going to get on with the 23rd Christmas update. We're going to start off on Saturday, 23rd of December, where we've got high pressure to our south and low pressure is gathering to the north and the west. So there's probably some sort of band of rain moving into northern and west parts of Scotland here on Saturday, but otherwise a lot of dry weather. And we may see a return of fog down in the south at the end of the week. So we're starting off with a lot of fog now, and this is all covered in today's first video, by the way. Do have a look on the homepage. It explains why we are getting these very foggy conditions that we've got at the moment. Most of that will clear away from the middle part of the week. So Wednesday and Thursday will be genuinely mild days, and there should be a reasonable amount of bright weather in with that too. Then high pressure builds back as we go to Friday and Saturday, but certainly some parts that may bring the fog risk back. But of course, no fog in the north on this sort of chart. The isobars indicating quite a strong breeze for central and northern parts of the country. So there's far too much breeze there for any fog to form with that one. So that's how we're starting off. A lot of dry weather, some rain, and a brisk sort of breeze in the far northwest of the country. So we go through to Christmas Eve, and we're bringing a weather front down across the country, and that's taking a band of rain with it. Ahead of that weather front, it's quite breezy, but it's mild. Behind it, it's turning quite a bit colder. The air is digging in from sort of the northern part of the Atlantic, even the south of Greenland. Our air temperatures for Christmas Eve look like this, so it is looking really quite a mild day for England and Wales, but behind that cold front, we've got cold air coming back into Scotland, so that could start to turn the showers a little bit wintry in the far north and northwest of the country. There's that band of rains heading southwards and eastwards on Christmas Eve, so it really is affecting England and Wales through the course of Christmas Eve, bringing quite a bit of wet weather there. Behind it, it's turning brighter, but it's also turning colder, so these showers across the North Line, northwestern parts of Scotland might begin to turn a little bit wintry. There's the temperatures for midday on Christmas Eve, so we're looking very mild now across England and Wales. Temperatures up to between sort of 10 and 13 degrees, despite the outbreaks of rain. But behind that cold front, yes, it is turning colder, so Northern Ireland down to 6 or 7, and Scotland between, say, 2 and 5 degrees. That's how Christmas Day is looking on tonight's 23rd Christmas update. Just a week away now, so it's beginning to come into a semi-reliable time frame of a GFS model anyway. And it's looking rather showery, but we are building up a very, very weak transient bump of high pressure ahead of this rapidly deepening storm in the central part of the Atlantic Ocean. The upper air temperatures are cold for Christmas Day. We've brought the -5 isotherm across the country, meaning that it's possible there could be some wintry showers in northern parts of the country, in particular on Christmas Day. That's the rainfall forecast for midday on Christmas Day. So you see, it's particularly in the north where we've got the risk of showers. So there may be some snowflakes falling across parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, possibly some parts of northern England too. I think anywhere further south of that, it's likely to be rain. And generally, it is seeming quite a dry day in any case. Notice this massive rain that's out to the west of Ireland. That's going to be the Boxing Day storm. Temperatures are looking quite cold on Christmas Day, so pretty seasonable day on this particular run of the GFS. Anyway, England and Wales are down into mid-single figures, so sort of 4 to 6 degrees. Northern Ireland at around 3 to 5, and Scotland and down into northern parts of northern England, we're just going from around, say, +1 to +4 degrees. So quite a cold day, really, for Christmas Day, and it would certainly feel very seasonable. Again, I said it could be some wintry showers in the north. To the south, any showers would be rain. But also a lot of dry weather with plenty of sunshine coming through there. And then this is Boxing Day on the 23rd Christmas update. A very, very deep Atlantic storm then is heading in from off the Atlantic. Our central pressure looks like it's going down to around 950 millibars. So I assume you may be hearing about weather bombs before too much longer. By the way, earlier on today I saw that the certain newspaper is saying that we've got a fog bomb going on. I've got no idea what a fog bomb is, but it certainly sounds rather strange. But you may be hearing a little bit about a weather bomb if we start getting low pressure going down to 950 millibars on Boxing Day. That's bringing, you can see from the ice bars, some really, really strong winds across the country. Certainly gale force winds, probably severe gale force winds up the Irish Sea and around the Channel as well. So very wet and windy, stormy for Boxing Day. Upper air temperatures, though, are going mild. Look at that. We're bringing a big push of mild air in with this Atlantic storm. I would assume this storm is going to be named, but I'm not sure at this stage what the name will be. And a lot of heavy rain coming in with that as well. So really wet weather across much of the country during the course of Boxing Day. Not very good if you want to get out for the sales. But of course there is time for this to be moderated and downgraded a bit. But it does look like a thoroughly wet and windy, potentially stormy Boxing Day there on tonight's 23rd Christmas update. Temperatures are mild though for England and Wales. Of course, it won't feel that mild in the gales and the heavy rain. 10 or 11 degrees is going to feel quite cold in that sort of weather, but technically it is very mild down in the south. In the north, behind presumably a cold front sweeping in with this area of low pressure, it's turning colder again, so probably starts off very mild in the north and west in the morning, and then turns colder through the course of the afternoon. Really wild day though on Boxing Day. And then beyond Christmas, so we go up to the 27th of December, keeping it unsettled. There's another system pushing in here across the country. That's probably bringing another band of rain and quite strong winds for Wednesday the 27th. And then that probably introduces colder air, because notice the isobars then are backing to the northern part of the Atlantic. So we'll think we probably get a band of rain pushing across the country on Wednesday the 27th, followed by brighter skies but colder temperatures with showers turning wintry. That's the very unsettled looking chart for Thursday the 28th of December. Low pressure is down to the southwest. That's heading in our direction. This could be another perhaps stormy spell of weather. That takes us to Friday the 29th of December, where that low pressure is pushing in across the country. Again, that could be bringing gale force winds, and it's coming from quite a long way south, so it is coming into relatively cold air. So you would think that on the northern side of that low pressure, there might be the risk of snow, and that would be primarily for Scotland, maybe northern England, I would have thought. Of course, this is a very, very long way out now. We are into the unreliable time frame of the GFS, but that does look like not only is it stormy, also quite cold as well. When we go through to Saturday 30th of December, heading up towards the new year, and we're taking that low pressure away to the east and starting to turn the winds into the north, so we're beginning to drag colder air back in from the northern Atlantic. The jet stream here is going a very long way south now. We are on the cold side of the jet stream. It's a line northwest to southeast, and it's heading down towards sort of Spain and Portugal. I can show you where the jet stream is actually on this chart. So it is a long way south, and it's going into the Bay of Biscay, into parts of Spain and northern Portugal as well. So on the cold side of the jet there, you wouldn't rule out the chance of wintry conditions. And again, that would be particularly so up in the north. There's no northern blocking though to entrench proper Arctic air into that low pressure. So it's sort of polar maritime type air, but it is quite cold and probably enough to bring wintry showers to northern parts of the country. New Year's Eve looks like that, so it's unsettled showers, maybe longer spells of rain, still relatively cold air to the north as well, so again wouldn't rule out the risk of some wintry weather for Scotland, maybe Northern Ireland and Northern England on the final day of 2017. This is how New Year's Day is looking. This is the first day of 2018, and it's looking generally showery, quite cold as well. The isobars are still coming from the northern part of the Atlantic, albeit with a long sea trek which would modify that cold, but again probably still enough to produce wintry conditions in northern parts of the country. Again, the jet stream is a long way south of us, going down into southern France and northern Spain. That's how the 2nd of January is looking. Low pressure beginning to move back in from off the Atlantic Ocean. And then as far as we can go, is to Wednesday the 3rd of January. We've got a big area of low pressure sitting over the top of the country. And that's producing a lot of wet and windy weather. I'm sure your eyes are noticing that up over Scandinavia and to the north of Scandinavia, we have got high pressure beginning to develop. So if we could run on another day or so, I suspect what would probably happen there, and then this is in the unreliable time of the model, but I suspect what would happen is we'd take that low pressure in that sort of direction, we would drop the heights into Scandinavia and probably turn the winds into the east, bringing back proper winter through the first week of 2018. GFS is starting to look quite interesting in its extended range after Christmas and around the new year, for perhaps a return to some colder weather. That's a really long way off, and I think we need several more runs as well as seeing other models starting to pick up on that sort of idea. Coming back to Christmas, so it appears that we are really now firming up on the pattern to Christmas. Christmas Eve, we bring back cold front southeastwards, take a band of rain with it. Very mild for a time in the south, but turns colder from the north behind that front. Christmas Day is a showery but mainly bright and breezy sort of day. Quite cold as well. Showers could be wintry in the north. And then we've got a stormy Boxing Day to deal with. After that, probably unsettled and cold between Christmas and New Year. Right, that's it. 23rd Christmas update. Come back on Wednesday for the 24th. I mean, as I say, we've only got one more left to do on Friday. The 25th will be our final Christmas update for this year. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.